Ice Spice, the bright star who went from the top of her career to the bottom in an instant. So how did it happen so fast? The answer to this question lies in both her personal mistakes and the ridiculous stories of the music industry. It all started with that unfortunate performance at the Wildlands Festival in Austria. Ice Spice kept the audience waiting for 30 minutes, and when they took the stage, they disappointed everyone by only performing 3 songs. Tickets were sold with great anticipation, but the audience felt cheated. Social media platforms were suddenly flooded with angry comments. From "Did we buy tickets for such a short performance?" to "We felt like our money was wasted." Everyone was on the same page.
Oh, hell no.
This was one of the biggest mistakes of Ice Spice's career. For Ice Spice, it was the moment when her music career not only started to peak, but also started to fall rapidly. But that was only the beginning. The real problem deepened with Ice Spice's much talked about album Y2K, which was highly anticipated but turned out to be a disappointment for the listeners. The album was severely criticized by music fans, and Ice Spice's image was damaged.
The fall off of Ice Spice needs to be studied because this is crazy. Last year around this time, she was the most poppin' artist on TikTok, and that meant that she was the most poppin' on Spotify as well, because all these people would listen to her viral songs on here and then go on to Spotify to listen to her some more. And I already know people are going to be like, oh, 60 million monthly listeners is not falling off or whatever, but you need to remember, this is someone who at one point had 30 million, maybe even 40, 50 million. And you can see her latest song right there, Give Me a Light, got 8 million streams. Look at everything else that she was dropping before.
Despite the initial hype, the album failed to meet the expectations of the fan base when it was released. This was a very important turning point in his music career. When the listeners listened to the songs on the album, they said, "Is that it?" Because the songs on the album were far behind expectations. With this album, her already fragile image in the music market was further damaged. Her fan base was divided into two. While some defended the album, the vast majority began to question Ice Spice's abilities. Criticism snowballed. "It's not enough to go viral on TikTok, you need to be a real artist," people said, openly expressing their doubts about Ice Spice's musical quality. The album's failure may have shaken confidence in her career, but it is important to remember that an artist's virality does not always lead to lasting success. Criticism of his album Y2K, combined with a poor performance at the Wildlands Festival, turned Ice Spice into a target on social media. Throughout 2024, people turned against him not only on TikTok or Reddit, but also on Instagram and other platforms. Ice Spice, who once took the world by storm with her viral songs, was now the locomotive of the hate train. And it wasn't just about the music. The changing perspective of her fan base was affecting her not only professionally, but also personally. Another crisis that accelerated the decline was her collaboration with Fortnite. Ice Spice's entry into Fortnite with a special costume divided the internet. While some saw it as a marketing success, for many it was proof that she was abusing the power of fame. Heavy criticism such as a symbol of moral bankruptcy and an unnecessary add-on echoed on social media. It wasn't just about a costume. People were uncomfortable with Ice Spice's appearance being at the forefront rather than her talent. This further reinforced the fact that she was remembered for her physical image, not her music. Besides these crises, the life of Ice Spice's career depends on the irresistible lure of social media. Yes, it's ridiculous, but the music industry can create new stars overnight with platforms like TikTok. But for these stars to stay on top, it's not just about the songs. Listeners expect originality, character, and continuity. Ice Spice is just one of many artists who struggle to meet these expectations. This is tested not only by her music, but also by her every move. In a time when an artist's career is shaped only by viral songs, it is clear how difficult it is to create a true artist identity.
My God, y'all gotta get in here and check this out. Ice Spice must have really pissed y'all off because she done lost 540,000 followers in the last 12 days on Instagram. Yesterday alone, she lost 8,000 followers. Now, this entire situation is literally also crazy, and it's coming shortly after Cleotrapa did a story time on TikTok detailing why her and Ice Spice are no longer friends. To be honest, Ice has been relatively quiet regarding the situation. I mean, she did do a little Twitter Twitter spaces about it, but she didn't really say much.
Ice Spice's downfall after the rapid rise of her career cannot be explained solely by the influence of social media. Like the decline of any artist, losing the support of a fan base is a complex process. The fact that the audience, which once supported her in every aspect, now has doubts about her abilities is related to the audience's expectations not being met. After Ice Spice's unsuccessful album and performance, the loss of this support was an important turning point in her career. Ice Spice, who once rose with viral videos and songs, seems to have been abandoned by her own fan base. Recently, Ice Spice's rapid weight loss has been met with surprise by some viewers. However, this change is not just a physical change, it is also a reflection of the constant pressure society puts on female artists. A culture that can make all kinds of comments on a woman's body has also deepened the criticism against Ice Spice. Society is not only interested in her songs, but also in her ever-changing image, which puts a lot of pressure on her. The impact of social media shows how much psychological pressure it puts on artists. These pressures are associated not only with her music, but also with her body image. Cleotrapa's termination of his friendship with Ice Spice was considered quite remarkable by many. In particular, Cleotrapa's detailed explanation of the reasons for this break resonated with the public. While these statements caused divisions among fans, they also sparked a major controversy. Cleotrapa's statements seemed to be aimed directly at Ice Spice, which became confusing for Ice Spice's fan base, especially since Ice Spice chose not to make any statement on the matter, making the situation even more unclear. While fans were waiting for a response to Cleotrapa's allegations, the silence only deepened the tension.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Cleo. So y'all know me. I've always been vocal about everything, about literally everything. Nobody can shut me up. Nobody can silence me. Like, was you silenced or was you silenced? Okay, and nobody's gonna do that to me.
Cleotrapa's statements have not only created controversy, they have also greatly shaken Ice Spice's image. Especially on social media, Cleotrapa's words reverberated, while Ice Spice's silence was perceived as a weakness by her fan base. On top of that, in just 12 days, Ice Spice lost nearly 500,000 followers on social media, clearly demonstrating the effects of this tension on her career. Worse still, this rapid loss of followers seriously threatened her social media presence and popularity. This process left deep cracks in Ice Spice's image, while building an invisible wall between her and her fan base. While fans await an explanation or a comeback from Ice Spice, the silence and decline raises serious questions about the future of her career. The controversy with Cleotrapa was more than just a starting point. It turned into a crisis that left a deep mark on Ice Spice's career, a crisis so big that it called into question her place in the music industry. It remains to be seen how this crisis will shape her and what path she will follow in the future. In fact, Ice Spice's career breakthrough is a reminder of the existence of artists in the entire music industry, because in a world where going viral can take artists to the top as quickly as it can take them to the bottom, it's getting harder and harder to consistently hold on and establish a true artist identity. This is an important lesson not only for Ice Spice, but for the entire music industry. What do you think was the biggest difference that separated Ice Spice from other artists in the music world? What mistakes did Ice Spice make, and how did she manage to make it this far? If you are interested in these questions, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to my channel.